everybody. We're doing another video this afternoon. I want to explain, I get a lot of questions about the red background and why can't I paint the sky first and then put the tree after, or put whatever is in the foreground and paint from back to forward. And you know, I try explaining it, but today I'm going to show you why. Now, maybe you're going to like it the other way, but let's just kind of explore what's happening here and why I do what I do. So, I have prepared two canvases. One I painted in my cadmium red light or medium, or you can use orange ahead of time. It's totally dry. I painted this yesterday. And then I left the other canvas white. And I painted my blue sky, because a lot of you want to paint on white canvas. So I painted my blue on top of my white canvas, and I'm ready to put a tree on the top. So, here we go. I'm going to paint a palm tree first, and then I'll do my sky on this one, and then I'll paint my palm tree right on top of this one. So, got my favorite brushes, my Princeton. I'm going to use the 1-inch. Get it nice and clean. We did a painting this morning, so.
And it's Princeton Dakota Series 6300.
Number 12.
Number 12, and it's bright angular.
Right, and I also use the number 6, which is it's
the half-inch.
Half-inch. So I'm going to start off with the Hooker's Green Deep, which is almost black. And I'm just going to put over here, I'm going to create the silhouette of a palm tree. And when I do a palm tree, I make the trunk first, and then I just kind of pop out almost like a firecracker. It's palm fronds, and I can take this brush and just drag it down. Now I don't care about being so super careful because I'll be painting around it and messing it up. Well, that's what some people think is messing up, but I think actually what it does is just, it makes it a little bit more painterly. You know, painting is, we're working on a two-dimensional subject here. I mean, a two-dimensional platform, and so I just want to have spots of color one against each other and cut shapes into shapes, and that's what I want to do. That's why I paint the way I do, in the order that I paint. So this is going to be just a bush down here, maybe with some tree trunks down here. This is some kind of tree. And I thought that I would paint, you know, maybe an ocean back there. Sort of like that. Maybe this will be grasses. See, I get carried away, I get lost in my world. All right, so now I'm going to do it on this side. I've already done my sky. Let me bring this over. Whoops. And here goes the tree. And my palm fronds. I got into painting tropical paintings when I lived in Ohio, but I just loved color. And color, painting tropical scenes just lends itself to color. Although now I've learned that color can be put everywhere and on anything. We don't have to limit ourselves. Painting is always a learning process. You're always trying to move forward and always consider yourself a student. And always open to new ideas and things. And never that, oh, I made it, I'm there. That's a dangerous attitude to have, because that's where you will stay. and you won't go forward. I guess if I was going to really describe this scene, I would have painted my sand first, but here we go. So then I'm going to go back. So here we go. All I have to do is finish my palm tree. And, I'm going to let it dry a little bit, but I'm going to finish my palm tree. And then I'm going to put some water here.
And that's phthalo green?
That's phthalo green with a little white in it.
And your sky is light blue that you painted earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
That's just light blue. Now I'm going to go back over this one. You're not going to be able to see the big difference yet.
I have a feeling when it dries, it's gonna.
Some people are going to prefer this way. But now I'm going to take my light blue, maybe a little bit of white just to brighten it up. Watch how the blue pops on this red. Watch.
Wow.
I get excited already. And I'm going to cut into my palm tree really loosely with the corner of my brush. Which is, I'm recreating this palm tree. Oops, I almost dipped into green. Do you see how the shape of this tree is coming to be? I like this shape so much more than that shape. But that's just me. And a little bit of that red, that warmth popping through. We don't have any warmth here. We got it here. I'm just kind of loosely painting it. You can just see a little bit of that red popping out. I'm going to go back over this with my green again. I never paint on white canvas. I did one time when I was plein air painting, which means painting outdoors, and I saw my scene and I got too excited and I hadn't prepared my canvas, so I thought I'm just going to paint. And my painting just dried so dull. And I've never done it since. See how I'm cutting in? I'm reshaping this kind of a bushy tree here. You got to believe in yourself if you're going to have if you want other people to believe what you're trying to say. Even though you're kind of faking it sometimes and going, I don't know if this is going to work. So there we go. I'll have to go back in with my green again. I'm going to cut in with some Naples yellow. But do you see how I'm recreating shapes by painting around things? And I don't think about the red coming through, but it is. Okay, now I'm going to go back to this one. And I'm going to take a drying break in a little bit because I never go start to finish on a painting without pausing to let it dry. Just can't. It just doesn't work. That's why you should always work on a couple paintings at the same time.
So on the bottom part of this, it's like how you normally do, but it's on the white canvas.
Yes.
Okay.
This is by Naples Yellow. I know that looks pretty bright. There we go. So that's the difference so far. I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna come back in and finish both of these. And then we'll just see which style you like, or what approach you like. And then you can decide. Be right back. Thank you. I'm back, and while we took the break, I added a little bit more to my tree, just to save on time, because I don't want to make these videos too long. But I just took a few minutes and I added more green. I added a little cadmium yellow medium to my hooker's green to come up with this, like, you know, a more realistic green. And I did it to both of my trees. And, you know, this video is called, you know, negative painting can be a positive thing. And then I realized I'm not explaining enough, but the negative painting is painting around things and through things. If you're painting like this tree, the backgrounds, the sky's in the background, and then the trees in the foreground, and the atmosphere is behind the tree, between the sky, but you don't need to explain that. This is all on the same level, and it's just a two-dimensional world of one color tone against the next, with the red popping through. So while I do this, I'm going to describe a little bit of shadow color, because I always put that in my beaches. I'm going to pick up some light blue, some brilliant purple, and light blue violet. And I'm just going to kind of, well, I need more purple. I'm just going to cast kind of a shadowy color down here, because there would be shadow underneath these bushes. I'm going to do it over here too. I noticed I forgot my water on this one.
Are you going to add that in?
Yes, right now.
Okay.
I'm going to put this one over here. This one's just about done. I know it looks messy because I'm trying to, this is a demo. I'm doing it really, really fast. But you can just kind of see, I know the yellow, the bottom looks pretty bright, but the painting overall, it just doesn't excite me because of the way it's done. I still want to get in there and do negative painting, but I can't because this is my demo on the difference. This I can, so I'm going to take my smaller brush. Well, first I got to put the water in.
And that's the 1/2 inch brush you're using?
I'm using the inch for my water.
Oh, okay.
I totally forgot before, so I'm going to put it right here like this.
And that's phthalo green?
And white.
And white, okay.
And you could, you know, maybe take a stronger dose of phthalo and put it against the, well, it's not working. A little bit stronger dose and put it at the horizon. If I can't get much of a contrast, then maybe I'll put some white clouds above the horizon. But watch this. I'm going to show you, I'm going to take some blue from my sky and I'm going to pop it with my smaller brush. And these are called sky holes. Pop it between my branches, because the shape of the sky between branches is just as important as the shape of the branch themselves. And if you paint a lot, you will never look at trees the same way, because you will not only look at trees, but you'll look at the sky through the trees. What kind of shape is that negative space making? Do you see how it's almost carving out? I like this tree so much better than that tree. I don't know about you. I'm sure I'm going to get all kinds of comments. I can clean this up a little bit. Now, if my my blue is getting too dull, I'm going to add some white just to brighten it up. Look at that. Maybe that's a cloud back there, just for some contrast. I'm not conscious of the red behind it, you know, I'm not trying to purposely let it pop out, but it just does. And it's that warmth. See, I can't do it on this one because I didn't paint the cloud first behind it. So that's my point, is just look how much you can maneuver your painting by using negative painting. You have a little bit more control, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm also popping some white here so we can see the horizon a little better. And I would do the same with my sand. Now my painting is coming back to where I recognize the style. Jane said we should take these out on the street and ask people what they think. I'd be kind of afraid. First of all, they wouldn't have a clue of what we were talking about. So anyway, that's about as far as I'm going to get with this demonstration, but this is just kind of to show you how interesting a shape you can create by painting around things. You should see it up close. It doesn't look that good, but, and that's where usually you're judging your painting from. You judge it way too close. You need to stand back more and enjoy the process of what's happening when you create painting. When you create positive shapes through negative painting. So that's it for this video. Don't forget, we're going to be making a brand new lesson in September, and I think it's going to be on the human figure again, and that will be available for purchase on my website, janeslivkagallery.com. And stay tuned and keep liking and subscribe to my YouTube videos, and we're having a ball. And also there's workshops on my website that I will be teaching in Florida for this coming winter. So happy painting, everybody. Enjoy it. Don't forget, use lots of paint. Don't be stingy. Slap it on. Use big brushes. Have a great time. Start more paintings than you finish. It's okay if you have a stack. You'll get to them sometime when you're really ready. But just keep going forward. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.